What's going on, YouTube? It's Unger to the Max here, and a salute to you. My apologies, there wasn't a first half live stream. Had to take care of some college work, but I'm at a good place with it now, so I can do a live stream for the second half. And I was expecting more scoring on both sides, but honestly, the scoring was one-sided in the first half. In case you don't know what the score is currently, well, hang on. New Orleans has 313 total yards, the Rams 244, Saints 24 first downs, Rams 12. Saints are, so there are some stats. And currently the score is 35-17 in favor of the Saints. But the Rams are getting the kickoff to start the second half. Again, I apologize for not doing a first half one. I was planning on it, but things changed. Oh well. And in the other game that I'm closely following, the Chargers are in Seattle taking on the Seahawks. And unfortunately, I can only watch this game on Red Zone. But right now, the Chargers are winning this game right now, 19-10. Yeah, I have the Saints winning this game as well, but I had the score much higher. The Saints already have 35 points. Goff. Oh, I thought he was getting handed off, but they pass it out to Todd Gurley, and the Saints defense comes flying in and shuts down Gurley right away. Brandon Cooks did score a touchdown in the first half of this game, and if you don't know, Brandon Cooks actually started his career with the New Orleans Saints before he got traded to the Patriots. And then for some reason, the Patriots decided to trade him to the Rams for a first-round pick. I don't know why, but they did. So it's 2nd and 13. And the Rams are going empty backfield. And if you know me, you know how much I hate empty backfield. Although it works on this play as the Rams pick up the first down. But that was Robert Woods. But just in general, I hate empty backfields. And here's why. It pretty much says to the defense, hey, we're going to pass it. And we have nobody in the backfield to protect our quarterback. Yeah, I hate it. But anyway, so it's 1st and 2? No, that doesn't make sense. No, it's 1st and 10 for the Rams at about the 37-yard line. They have one man in the backfield, and I don't think that's Gurley. Nope, it was Gurley after sending a man in motion, which I thought they were going to do it like a jet sweep, but they didn't. They tried just handing it straight off to Todd Gurley, and the Saints shut that down. So it's 2nd and 10. So we got about 13 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Saints 35, Rams 17. Remember, the Rams are undefeated. And as much as I love that this game is on right now, I wish it was the Sunday night football matchup or Monday night football matchup. But, I mean, the Sunday night matchup is pretty good. Packers-Patriots with Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady, which I said this in my previous New Orleans Saints live stream when they were playing on Monday Night Football against Washington. And I said this, I believe, Friday in my Week 9 predictions. I do not think Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time currently. To me, it's Drew Brees who's the best quarterback. And the reason, and I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again, is because Drew Brees has had less talent around him than Tom Brady has. Think about this. I mean, when Drew Brees and the Saints won their one Super Bowl, they had Marcus Colston. The Saints had Marcus Colston, Reggie Bush, Devery Henderson, and Jeremy Shockey. Okay, that's pretty good. But the Patriots although they lost to the Giants in Super Bowl 42. But in that game, the Patriots had Randy Moss, Wes Welker. They didn't have Gronkowski yet. But my point is, like, and hang on. Tom Brady's had players like Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Brandon Cooks, Aaron Hernandez before he got involved in all that he did, and Rob Gronkowski, who he currently has. So, and he has Julian Edelman right now. So my point is, Brady is where he's at in his career because of the talent he's had around him. Now, that's credit to the Patriots drafting draft picks and trading, and I get it. But to me, even though Drew Brees has won four less Super Bowl rings, and I get that's what we compare, how we say that a player is like the greatest of all time. I get it. But in my opinion, Drew Brees is the better quarterback. Even though last time the Patriots and Saints played each other in New Orleans, Brady and the Patriots got the win. I get it. But to me, I still say Drew Brees is the best quarterback. And I will stand by that statement. I wish I could go on NFL Network or ESPN and state my case for that. But anyway, 1st and 10 for the Rams, just a little before the 20-yard line. They're on like the 19. And they try doing an end around with Robert Woods, and they get some yards out of it. Not much. Probably like 2 or 3. So it's 2nd down, like 5. So the Jets fall to the Dolphins today, 16-13. Now, before the game started, I made a trade in one of my fantasy leagues, trading the Jets defense in exchange for Washington's defense. Again, I won't say Washington's team name because I just don't like that name and I don't like their logo. Yeah. But I thought Washington might have a good day against Atlanta on defense. No, Atlanta somehow destroyed Washington today. Wait, what was the score of that game? Anyway, let me check. At the end of the 3rd quarter, by the way, it is the Chargers 19 and the Seahawks 10. Darn it, Grand Rapids tied the score. Anyway, 3rd down and 8. Goff. Pass? Nope. That's Brown. No. What? No. One official is saying the receiver Brown stepped out at the 5-yard line. Another one is saying touchdown Rams. Let's see. Yes, that is a touchdown for excuse me. That is a touchdown for the Rams. Wow. That is some acrobatic play. Bounces, puts one foot in. It's like he was almost doing hokey pokey there. You put your left foot in, then you put your right foot in. And the extra point is good, making the score 35-24. A combined 59 points in this game already. Wow. Yeah, but Atlanta destroyed Washington today, I think. Or I think it was actually a close game. Hold on one second. So now that you have a house, you can use home court. Let's see. Hold on. And even though, let's see. Other scores going on right now, from games going on right now. The Texans are losing to the Broncos 17-16 with a minute 27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chargers are leading the Seahawks 19-10 with 8 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the 3rd. Saints are leading the Rams 35-24, 9:38 to go in the third quarter. Upcoming games: Packers play the Patriots tonight on Sunday Night Football, second meeting ever between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. And on Monday Night Football, the Titans play the Cowboys in Dallas in a battle of bottom 5 offenses, but top 5 defenses. So final scores from earlier today. On Thursday Night Football, 49ers defeated the Raiders 34-3. 49ers improved to 2-7. Raiders dropped to 1-7. From today, Steelers beat the Ravens 23-16. So they moved to 5-2-1. Ravens dropped to 4-5. The Bears destroyed the Bills 41-9. Chicago moves to 5-3. Buffalo drops to 2-7. Panthers defeated the Buccaneers 42-28. Panthers improved to 6-2. Buccaneers dropped to 3-5. In Cleveland, the Chiefs moved to 8-1 as they defeat the Cleveland Browns 37-21. So my superstitious outfit did not work this time, yet it worked earlier for the Jets Thursday night game and the Ravens overtime game. Maybe it was because I was at the stadium. I'll have to try it next week. But speaking of the Jets, they fell to the Dolphins 13-6. Dolphins moved to 5-4. Jets dropped to 3-6. Vikings defeat the Lions 24-9. Vikings improved to 5-3-1. Lions dropped to 3-5. Vikings defense got 10 sacks. That's a franchise record. The Falcons beat Washington 38-14. Falcons moved to 4-4. Washington drops to 5-3. Atlanta plays at Cleveland next week, which, like I said, I'm sorry I didn't post in-game footage from the game today between the Chiefs and Browns. I've had to do college work. Next week, I will be at the stadium, and there will be in-game footage for Falcons at Browns. And the teams on a bye week were the Bengals, the Colts, the Jaguars, the Cardinals, Eagles, and Giants. Bengals' next game is at home against the Saints. Colts' next game is at home against Jacksonville. Jaguars' next game is at Indianapolis. Cardinals' next game is at Kansas City. Eagles' next game is home against Dallas. And the Giants' next game is at San Francisco on Monday Night Football. That's going to be a crappy matchup. So those are your scores from around the league for today. And now we're back. Saints have it 2nd and 8. Breeze takes the snap, looks, throws, caught, Michael Thomas. Oh, he breaks tackles and gets the first down. What a play. God, I want it. I wish I was in New Orleans at this game right now. But I just want to go to a Saints game in general. I mean, I still have to go to New Orleans to see a Pelicans game because, like I said, I have a lifetime goal to see a game at every current NBA team's arena, and I still have to go to New Orleans. Maybe when I go to see the Pelicans at Smoothie King Center, I'll also be able to go to a Saints game at Mercedes-Benz Superdome. That would be so much fun. Oh, the Saints are going for the flea flicker. Breeze. Wow. Talk about getting creative. I thought they were going to do a standard handoff or a, outside, what's the counter? But no, it was Mark Ingram. Breeze handed it off to Mark Ingram. Ingram takes a few steps, flips it behind him, back to Breeze, and Breeze hits Michael Thomas for the pass. And they are right at midfield. Or just a little 10-plus yards. This 10-plus yard plays. The Saints already have 15, and the Rams have 10. And Dante Fowler just made his first play as a LA Ram. Of course, the Jaguars traded him to the Rams for two picks. I think it was 2 first-round picks. Jaguars are a mess. I don't know what to make of them. Like, what happened to the team that almost made it to the Super Bowl last year? Where did that team go? I don't recognize this team at all. Breeze. Browns almost beat the Saints in New Orleans. If only Zane Gonzalez hadn't left 8 points on the board. The Saints only beat them by 3, 21-18. And I blame that loss squarely on Zane Gonzalez. Of course, he's no longer the Browns kicker, and supposedly he had a hamstring injury that day. I don't know. Michael Thomas, 11 targets, 9 receptions, 113 yards, 12.6 average. 12.6 average yards. So 3rd and 7 for New Orleans right now. 3rd and 7. They are on the Rams side of the field. So let's see what happens. Breeze takes the snap, looks to pass, feels the pressure, gets it out, throws it to Mark Ingram, but they are short of the first down marker, and that will bring up 4th down. And now there's a little bit of extra talking between Mark Ingram and somebody for the Rams. I don't recognize who that is. Oh, Aaron Donald did a great job getting around the offensive lineman. But Breeze is just so good at feeling the pressure and just stepping up in the pocket. He's actually taken off and ran for a few times in this game and ran enough for the first down. And the Saints are punting. And this is the first punt by either team today. That's impressive. And the punt returner for the Rams calls for a fair catch. And it's an 11-point game, 35-24. Yeah. Excuse me. So the current standings, as of right now in the NFL, I'm going by division. With the AFC East, first place are the New England Patriots at 6-2. Second place are the Dolphins at 5-4. Third place are the Jets at 3-6. Fourth place are the Buffalo Bills at 2-7. AFC North, first place are the Pittsburgh Steelers at 5-2-1. Second place are the Cincinnati Bengals at 5-3. Third place are the Baltimore Ravens at 4-5. And in fourth place are the Cleveland Browns at 2-6-1. AFC South, in first place, the Houston Texans at 5-3. Second place are the Tennessee Titans at 3-4. Third place are the Jacksonville Jaguars at 3-5. And in fourth place are the Indianapolis Colts, also at 3-5. AFC West, first place, the Kansas City Chiefs. What's up, David in Atlanta? Yeah, maybe we can do a collab. Yeah, we can talk. We'll figure something out. Okay, so where was I? Oh, yeah. First place in the AFC West, Kansas City, 8-1. Second place, the LA Chargers, currently 5-2, pending the result of their game in Seattle. Third place, the Denver Broncos, 3-5. Again, pending the result of their game against Houston in Denver. And in last place are the Oakland Raiders at 1-7. NFC East, first place, Washington at... Yeah, I would agree that the Browns have a tough defense, but I don't know how we're going to contain the wide receivers the Falcons have. I don't know who Denzel Ward would be matched up with, or if he'll even be out there for the Browns, because he's sustained a hip injury today against the Chiefs. So if Denzel Ward's not there, I don't know who's going to cover Julio Jones. I don't know who's going to cover Calvin Ridley or Austin Hooper. I don't know. you guys have a really good offense, but your defense is depleted. But I don't think, just like our offense wasn't able to keep up with Kansas City's offense today, I don't know if the Browns offense can keep up with the Falcons offense. Okay, so NFC East standings. Washington at 5-3, Philadelphia leading the division. Second place, the Philadelphia Eagles at 4-4. Third place, the Dallas Cowboys at 3-4, pending the result of the Monday night game tomorrow. And in last place are the New York Giants at 1-7. Yeah, your defense is improving. I will say that. I mean, you guys did a pretty good job on defense today against in Washington. So yeah. NFC North. Bears are leading the division at 5-3. Second place are the Minnesota Vikings at 5-3-1. Third place are the Green Bay Packers at 3-3-1. And in fourth place are the Detroit Lions at 3-5. NFC South. Saints are leading the division at 6-1, but currently they are leading this game against the Rams. Second place are the Carolina Panthers at 6-2. Third place are your Atlanta Falcons, David, in Atlanta at 4-4. And in fourth place are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-5. And in the NFC West, the Rams are leading the division at 8-0. Seahawks are in second place at 4-3, but that might change. Depends on what happens in their game against the Chargers. Third place are the Arizona Cardinals at 2-6. And in last place are the San Francisco 49ers at 2-7. So those are your current division standings. And the Chiefs have the top seed in the AFC right now at 8-1. Patriots have the second seed at 6-2. Steelers have the 3 seed at 5-2-1. Texans have the fourth at 5-3. Then it's the Chargers, followed by the Bengals, then the Dolphins, then the Ravens, then the Titans, then the Jaguars, followed by the Colts, then the Broncos, then the Jets, then the Browns, followed by the Bills, and then the Raiders. Then in the NFC, it goes Rams, Saints, Bears, Washington, Panthers, Vikings, Seahawks, Eagles, Falcons, Packers, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Lions, Cardinals, 49ers, and then Giants. Yeah, the Giants are the worst team in the NFL. Or, no, they actually have the same record as the Raiders. Who has the worst record in the league? It is the Raiders. So that sucks. Yeah, so your defense is improving, David, but like I said, your offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. So even if we keep scoring, the Browns tend to settle for field goals. So I'm not, and you guys can score a lot of touchdowns. I think we both have pretty good offenses. At least the Browns did have a good offense early in the season, but that's not the case anymore as Todd Gurley breaks off a big run and gets to about the 40-yard line, still in Rams territory, but right up near midfield. That is great blocking on the offensive line by the Rams. That's like the first big run I've seen Gurley pull off this game. Total yards, 344 for the Saints, 345 for the Rams. They send the man in motion, play action fake to Gurley. Goff gets hit. Oh, did he catch that? Where are they going to call that? Yes, they are calling that a catch for Brandon Cooks. and the Rams are trying to do a hurry-up offense in order to they get off a play, so the Saints are not able to throw the challenge flag, even if Sean Payton did. The Rams already ran the next play. What a play by Jared Goff. Stands in there, gets hit. Cooper Kupp, I think, tipped it. He had. I don't know if I would. Let's see this replay again. That's almost like the Julian Edelman catch in Super Bowl 51. Although this game, of course, has less magnitude than Super Bowl 51. But this game could go a long way to decide who represents the NFC in Super Bowl 53 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Right now, the Rams would have home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. And I believe, let me think, who was the home team? Who was the designated home team? The Patriots were the designated home team. AFC was the home team for the Super Bowl last year. So the NFC will be the home team for the Super Bowl this year. And interestingly, let me think. How many times have the teams in white? Gurley, just out of reach. If he had caught that, it would have been a touchdown. But instead, it's 2nd down and 11. How will our cornerbacks match up with Ridley Jones? So it's 3rd down and 10 for the Rams now. And they're wearing their away whites, which I think I've mentioned this before in a video, but I want to say it again. Teams in white have been winning the Super Bowl. Although last year the Eagles were in their home greens and won the Super Bowl. But Super Bowl 51, the Patriots were in their away whites and won the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 50, the Broncos were in their white jerseys and won the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 49, Patriots were in their white jerseys and they won the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 48, Seahawks were wearing their white jerseys and they dominated the Broncos to win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 47, which took place coincidentally at Mercedes-Benz Superdome, the Ravens were wearing their away white jersey, their road white jerseys. Super Bowl 46, between the Giants and Patriots, Giants were wearing their away white jerseys and they won. By the way, in Super Bowl 47, the Ravens won. I don't know if I mentioned that. Super Bowl 45, the Packers wore their home green jerseys. Super Bowl 44, the Saints were wearing their road white jerseys. Super Bowl 43, the Saints were wearing their road white jerseys. Super Bowl 42, the Giants were wearing against the Patriots. Giants were wearing their away white jerseys and they won. Super Bowl 41, Colts were wearing their away white jerseys and they won. Super Bowl 40, the Steelers were wearing their road white jerseys and they won the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure in Super Bowl 39, the Patriots were wearing their white jerseys and they won. Super Bowl 38, I think Patriots were wearing their away whites. Super Bowl 37, Buccaneers were wearing their home reds. Or, wait, was Super Bowl 37? No, Super Bowl 37 was, oh, the Rams were wearing their away jerseys. That was the infamous 1 yard short play. Super Bowl 36, the Patriots were wearing their away white jerseys. Super Bowl 35, I believe, let's see. Yeah, the Ravens were wearing their away jerseys. Oh, Super Bowl 36. Super Bowl 36, the Patriots were wearing their home blue jerseys, and they did win the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 37. Oh, Super Bowl 37 was the Buccaneers, and they were wearing their home red jerseys. Super Bowl 38, the Patriots were wearing their home blue jerseys, and they won Super Bowl. Yeah, you get my point. I'm sure Saints fans are feeling better about this game than LSU fans were feeling last night, because if you watch my live stream, you know that LSU got shut out 29-0 against Alabama, as the Rams kick it back to the Saints, down 35-27. Somewhat of a lower scoring game than I thought. I thought it was going to be a very high scoring game. Like, I think I predicted in my score predictions video, I predicted that the score would be like 45-41 or something. I'm pretty sure that's what I predicted the score to be. But right now, that's not the case, which, again, is very surprising. Right now, the score is 35-27, only a 12-point difference. So, Saints have the ball right now at about the 25-yard line. They have one guy in the backfield. I'm pretty sure that's Ingram. Breeze. Nope, they do a play action. Get out of there. He escapes and throws it to Hill, who gets some yardage. I'm surprised he was able to avoid the sack by Aaron Donald and actually throw it. On Saturday at 11:30 in the morning, the Ohio State Buckeyes go to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans. Michigan State always seems to be a tough team for Ohio State. Although last year I think Ohio State absolutely obliterated them. They run it with Kamara, and they do not get the first down, so it's third down with about 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Let's check the score of that touchdown for the Chargers. 42-yard pick six by King. Chargers are leading the Seahawks 25-10. Again, those are my two favorite teams in all of the NFL. I also like the Saints. I have a big four. The Seahawks are 1. Chargers are 2. Chargers are 1A, I would say. But Seahawks, it goes Seahawks, Chargers, Bears, Jaguars. And then the Saints, and then the Browns. So I do support the Browns. And I do love making Browns videos. So don't get it wrong. I love making Browns videos. They're a lot of fun. But it's okay, unemployed Mario Yamasaki. You can say go Rams. I'm fine with that. But just so you know, you guys are currently losing to the Saints going into the fourth quarter. And you do have to play the Seahawks next week in LA. And do you remember last time what happened in Seattle? The Rams only won that game by 2, 33-31. So the Rams are the top team in the NFC West. I'll give you that. But the Seahawks always play them tough. So I know you won, but I'm just saying it was 33-31. I mean, people were saying that the Seahawks, yeah, I know, a win's a win, and that's all that matters. But there were people saying that who before the season were saying, oh, this is going to be a rebuilding year for the Seahawks. They're going to be in last place in the division. It'll probably be San Francisco in second place fighting for a playoff spot, or Arizona might do something this year. But no, that's not the case. The Seahawks have surprised a lot of people, including myself, and they're in second place in the division. Ooh, I get to tweet more. So hold on 1 second. Gotta take care of something. So hold on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Breeze, Kamara, and Thomas. Those are your offensive leaders for the Saints right now. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I just had to write a tweet super quick. So we're into the fourth quarter now. 35-27 Saints. 3rd and 6 for New Orleans. And the Saints are 5 of 7 on third down conversions. Rams are about 2 and 5. You're really from Chicago, but you hate the Bears. Excuse me. Breeze got hit, and I don't know. It doesn't matter if Ingram caught it because it's 4th down anyway. He didn't get enough for the first down conversion. Let's see. Who hit Breeze? That is. Oh, I can't tell who that is that hit him. That's Aaron Donald from the bottom. I can't tell who it was that hit him. But anyway, it's 4th and 6. Saints punter is Thomas Morstead. The Rams returner is JoJo Naston. 13:34 left in the fourth quarter. Saints trying to hand the Rams their first loss. And I don't think it'll be their... If the Saints do go on to beat the Rams this game, I don't think this will be the Rams' only loss of the season. I think they will lose to Kansas City on Monday Night Football in Mexico City. And I also think the Rams will lose in Chicago against the Bears. Yeah, I think the Bears are a legit team this season. Do I think the Bears are good? But do I think the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl? No. I don't think the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl. But I think they could be a dangerous team if they win the NFC North and make the playoffs. There's still a long way to go in the season. And although, like I said, the Bears are currently winning the NFC North, but they still got to play divisional games against New Orleans, or not New Orleans. My bad. Sorry. They still got to play divisional games against Detroit. Although the Bears should beat the Saints or Lions fairly easily. Let's see the Bears' remaining schedule. Let's see the Bears' remaining schedule. Where are the Bears on here? Here they go. Let's see the Bears' remaining schedule. So, next week they're home against the Lions. Week 11, home against the Vikings. Week 12, at the Lions. Week 13, at the Giants. Week 14, home against the Rams. Week 15, home against the Packers. Week 16, at San Francisco. And Week 17, at Minnesota. So, yeah, they still got to play the Vikings. And as much as I want to believe the Bears are a legitimate team, I don't think I'm going to fully believe it until they beat the Vikings, either in Minnesota or in Chicago. I don't think that will happen. The Lions don't have enough on offense. I mean, they have Marvin Jones, but instead of trading for a defensive player, they traded one of their best offensive players, maybe their best offensive player in Golden Tate, to the Eagles. So I don't know who the Lions are going to throw it to. Anyway, Goff throws it out, and that's Cooper Kupp. And that's like the first time I've seen. What's my favorite thing about the Bears? Currently or of all time? Actually, the reason I do like the Chicago Bears is because Brian Urlacher played for the Bears, and he's one of my favorite players of all time. That's why I like the Chargers and the Jaguars. Because for the Chargers, LaDainian Tomlinson played for them, and he's my favorite player of all time. And for the Jaguars, Maurice Jones-Drew played for them, and he's my second favorite player of all time. So they're my second. So I also like the Jaguars. And I like the Bears because Brian Urlacher played for them, and he's one of my favorite players of all time. But why do I like them currently? Team-wise. What do you mean? Well, I like them currently, number one, because of their logo. I love that logo, even though it's very similar to the Cincinnati Reds logo. But anyway, so it's 2nd and 5. With Rams have the ball on about the 35-yard line. Goff to pass, and that is caught at just about midfield by, I missed who it was. Team-wise, what skills do you like about them? Well, the Bears can run the ball with both Tyreek Cohen and Jordan Howard, although they use Jordan Howard more. And they use Tyreek Cohen as a wide receiver. First downs this half. The Rams have 10, and the Saints only have 3. But, yeah, the Bears can beat you with the run game with Jordan Howard and sometimes Tyreek Cohen, or the passing game. Trubisky's playing well. You got Trey Burton, Allen Robinson. They use Tyreek Cohen as a wide receiver out of the backfield sometimes. Yeah, so that's what I like about the Bears. But anyway, we got 11 minutes to go. Cooks, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, 19 yards, 19 yards for his average. 2nd down and 8. Rams are just past the midfield at about the 57-yard line. Goff to pass, caught by Cooper Kupp, but he will come up a yard short of the first down line, so it's 3rd and 1. 10:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. So let's see what the Rams draw up on this play. 3rd and 1. 10 minutes to go in the game now. Rams are on about the 52-yard line. Just a little bit before the 40, which is where they need to get to approximately. They do a play action throw. It's caught. Cooper Kupp. Touchdown Rams. And that'll cut the Saints' lead. It was 35-27. Now it's 35-33. A 41-yard pass from Jared Goff to Cooper Kupp. Great job. They do like crossing patterns with Woods and Kupp, and somehow the defense got mixed up and Cooper Kupp got wide open and just went down the sideline and scored the touchdown. And I think the Rams are going to go for the 2-point conversion to try to tie this game up at 35. This is what I was afraid of. The Saints started out strong in the first half, but were they going to be able to sustain it in the second half? And so far, the answer has been no. So the Rams are going for the 2-point conversion to tie it up. Let's see what they do. Goff. They do a quick pass. They've got it. Tie game for New Orleans. And it's a tie game here in New Orleans. 35-35 now. Rams are, and Joe Buck just said, Rams are 5 for 6 on 2-point conversions. And this game is tied 35-35 with 9:48 to go in the fourth quarter. New Orleans, you got to regroup. And I got breaking news. Rob Gronkowski is officially inactive for Sunday Night Football. He will not play in tonight's game against the Packers. And rookie running back Sony Michel is also inactive for the Patriots. But it's the Patriots. They'll find other weapons to use. So we'll see. But anyway, so it's 35-35 now. This is the type of game I was expecting. Lee Corso actually did a headgear pick for this game. It was the first time he's ever done an NFL headgear pick. Which, by the way, ESPN College Game Day next week will be at Boston College for Clemson against Boston College. And that will also be the Saturday night football matchup on ABC with Kirk Herbstreit. I forget who the main commentator is. Chris Fowler, I think. Kirk Herbstreit, and I forget who the sideline reporter is. But anyway, yeah, so this is the type of game I was expecting between these two teams. High scoring, very little defense, although Saints defense should have been able to stop the Rams on that drive, but easier said than done. Now the game's tied, 35-35. Yeah. I still think the Saints can win this game, but their defense has to step up, and their offense needs to find their groove again because the Rams are coming. Well, they've come back and tied this game at 35. Oh, McVay was actually trying to call a timeout, but Jared Goff didn't see it, and he threw the pass, and guess what? It worked. Tie game. And we have 9:48 to go in the ball game. Anything can happen. And the Rams kick it away to the Saints. And let's see if Hill will take it out of the end zone. I'm pretty sure that's Taysom Hill, the backup quarterback, who the Saints use not just as a quarterback, but also as a wide receiver. And they'll actually bring him in as a quarterback, kind of like how the Ravens use Lamar Jackson. So anyway, so here we go. Saints are back on offense now. Saints 1st and 10 for New Orleans at about the 34-yard line. Total yards this half. The Rams 228 and the Saints 50. Yeah, the Rams, I would say, are controlling this half. Breeze. Taysom Hill had it in his hands but dropped it. So 2nd and 10. Saints need to find their offense again. Listen to this total yards discrepancy for this half again. Rams 228 and the Saints 50. Like I said, the Rams are controlling this half. If they can come back and beat the Saints, it will be very impressive. On offense for the Saints, they've only had 2 possessions and had to punt it both times. There goes Alvin Kamara as he tries to hurdle a defender. 1st down for New Orleans. As that clock keeps on ticking. Wow. Kamara hurdled over Joyner. Wow. The Ravens did terrible. Okay. But guess what? They still won in Pittsburgh week 4. So they didn't get swept in the series. Breeze. Well, I can tell you the Saints are passing it because it's empty backfield, which, as I've said, I hate empty backfield because it automatically signals a pass to the defense. And Breeze tried to get it to Michael Thomas. Do I think the Ravens are going to make the playoffs? Maybe. It depends on if the AFC South can actually figure it out. As of right now, the only team from the AFC South that's going to the playoffs is Houston. Saints are going empty backfield again. 2nd and 10. Breeze takes the snap, throws deep, and an incomplete pass intended for, I think that was Smith. 3rd and 10. That should have been a flag. 23 of the Rams was all over the Saints receiver. That should have been a penalty. Breeze looks to pass. It's caught. 1st down for the Saints. Guess who? It's Michael Thomas again. An 18-yard gain. 1st down for New Orleans. Wow. Thomas got hit hard on that play, but great pass by Breeze. knew where he wanted to go with the football and just delivered a dart. Wow. 8 minutes to go in the game. Tied at 35 after the 41-yard touchdown pass from Jared Goff to Cooper Kupp, and then the 2-point conversion. Breeze hands it off to Mark Ingram, and he gets some yardage. Second down, about a gain of 3 on the play. So 2nd and 7. Total yards for the game, Saints 401, the Rams 472. Because again, the Rams got like 255 yards of offense in this half. 2nd and 7. And in motion, it's a handoff to Kamara, and he doesn't really get anything on that play either. So that'll bring up 3rd down. Saints need to score on this drive. 3rd and 6. Yeah, the Saints are in field goal range, but they really need to score a touchdown. Saints are 6 of 9 on 3rd down conversions, and the Rams are 3 of 6. But seriously, the Saints need to score a touchdown, or at least score a field goal. Anything. They send Ben Watson in motion, and timeout New Orleans. As the play clock was expiring, so the Saints called timeout. But they are not going to a commercial, and neither will I. Although I can't really do a commercial on here, but anyway. Yeah, I still, even though the Rams have come back to tie this game, I still think the Saints are going to win. And I want the Saints to win. So 6:33 left in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 6. Sean Payton and Drew Brees are like peanut butter and jelly. I would love to see that Super Bowl someday. Saints against the Patriots. I think that would be a great Super Bowl. 2 fantastic offenses. But we'll see. Anyway, so it's 3rd and 6. Saints are on the Rams side of the field and in field goal range. Breeze with the deep pass. No. Pass is incomplete. Oh. And it was Christian on the coverage for the Rams. They wanted to go to Dan Arnold, who only has 2 catches on the season. I don't think that's pass interference as much as I want to say it is. Will Lutz going for a 54-yard field goal. He's 15 of 16 on the season. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Saints retake the lead, 38-35. Now, of course, if you're the Saints, you would have preferred a touchdown. But, hey, you're back in the lead. 38-35. Now we're getting the kind of high-scoring game that I was expecting with these 2 teams. But here's the thing. The Rams' offense has been clicking this half. So I don't know if even though the Saints just took the lead, I don't know if they'll be able to stop the Rams on offense. And which I'm concerned about. As a Saints fan, I want them to stop the Rams and win this game. But the Rams have one of the best offenses in the NFL, if not the best offense in the NFL. So, and the Saints defense has been struggling. Like I said, the Rams they probably have more than this, but last I checked, they had like 255 total yards this half. If you're the Saints defense, that is unacceptable. And the final score from Seattle, the Los Angeles Chargers beat the Seattle Seahawks 25-17. So my favorite AFC team beats my favorite NFC team and favorite NFL team overall. So Melvin Gordon, 100-plus rushing yards, and he scored a touchdown. Yeah. Let's see. The Rams have scored 21 before the Saints had kicked the field goal. The Rams had scored 21 unanswered points. Let's see statistics. Passing. Jared Goff is 26 of 34 for 381 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ty Gurley, 12 attempts rushing, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. And then on the Saint, let's see, receiving, Cooks has 6 receptions for 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Cooper Kupp has 4 receptions for 87 yards, 1 touchdown. Robert Woods has 5 receptions, 71 yards, no touchdowns. Everett has 3 receptions, 48 yards, no touchdowns. Tyler Higbee, 2 receptions, 40 yards, no touchdowns. Malcolm Brown, 1 reception, 18 yards, 1 touchdown. Ty Gurley has 5 receptions for 3 yards. So right now they have 26 receptions for 381 yards. Now for the Saints. Passing, Drew Brees, 24 of 33, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, Kamara has rushed it 15 times for 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ingram has rushed it 6 times for 24 yards, no touchdowns. Drew Brees has run the ball twice for 18 yards. Taysom Hill has run the ball twice for 10 yards, giving the Saints a total of 124 yards rushing. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, the Rams have a total of 91 yards rushing. Robert Woods has 2 attempts at rushing for 4 yards. And Johnny Hekker has 1 attempt for 3 yards at rushing. Anyway, for the Saints, on offense, Michael Thomas, 11 receptions, 139 yards. Ben Watson, 3 receptions for 62 yards. Alvin Kamara, 4 receptions for 34 yards. Traquan Smith, 2 receptions for 23 yards. Josh Hill, 2 receptions for 10 yards. Mark Ingram, 1 reception for 3 yards. And Zach Line, 1 reception for 3 yards. And that gives them a total of 24 receptions for 274 yards. Saints are back on top right now. 2nd and 10. Saints have more total yards than the Rams, 472 to 398. And they have more passing yards than the Rams, 381 to 274. But the Rams have more rushing yards, 124 to 91. Yards per play, 9.1 for the Rams, 6.9 for the Saints. Yeah, and 3rd down conversions, Saints 66%, Rams 50%. Saints are also leading the time of possession, currently at 26:56, and Rams at 24:20. 3rd down and 9 for the Rams, and they get it to Cooper Kupp, but the Saints defense shuts it down. It's P.J. Williams, and it's 4th and 6, and the Rams have to punt it back to the Saints. So I don't know why Jared Goff tried to get the ball out so quickly. He wasn't under pressure, so I really don't know why Goff tried to get the ball out so quickly. He probably could have waited a little bit longer and possibly let Cooper Kupp develop the route a little bit more and possibly gotten the 1st down. But that's not what happened. And Johnny Hekker is kicking for the Rams. He tried to do a fake punt and run it for a 1st down earlier. I think it was in the 1st quarter, actually. And Rams, it was called not a 1st down. and the Rams challenged it, and yeah, and it was held up. Yeah, Goff quickly got it out to Cooper Kupp, but he could have gotten it to Brandon Cooks and would have gotten the first down. I don't know why he rolled out, but he didn't see it right away. Scored by quarters, 14-7 in favor of the Saints at the end, 21-10 Saints at the end of the second quarter, and I missed what the end of the third quarter was. Right now it's 38-35 New Orleans, and that's all that matters. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter, potentially in the game, unless this goes to overtime. Breeze with Kamara in the backfield. Breeze looks to pass, gets it away. Ooh. Pass was intended for Josh Hill, but it was dropped. So 2nd down and 10 for New Orleans. 4:47 left in the fourth quarter. Josh Hill was, I thought he was matched up on Littleton, but no. Just a little bit out of reach for Josh Hill. The score is 38-35 in favor of the Saints. 4:47 to go. Saints on offense, 2nd and 10. Right at the 25-yard line. Handoff is to Kamara, and he gets a few yards, and it's 3rd down and 7. So, Rams trying to stop the Saints on offense and get it back to their offense, who has been putting up points this half. Yeah, the Saints need to be aware of that. As much as they want to try and do these quick passes and all that, they need to try and take as much time off the clock as they can. So it's 3rd and 7. 4 minutes to go, and they send Mark Ingram out wide. So now they're going empty backfield. Breeze pass is caught. Michael Thomas. Touchdown Saints. Let's go. That is huge. What is he doing? Oh, he's doing the Terrell Owens touchdown reception. Hit the cell phone under the goalpost. Takes it out and pretends to call somebody. He will get penalized for that, but that doesn't matter. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. 44-35. What a play. What a throw. Marcus Peters was going like this, like, hey, somebody come help me on Thomas. And nobody was there. So I mean, yeah, could that be a costly penalty? Yes, because you don't want to risk giving up costly yards like that in this type of game. Who knows? Maybe that penalty could come back to hurt the Saints. Don't know. But that is very unconventional of Michael Thomas to do that. So the touchdown is good, but the 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct for using a prop will be enforced on the kickoff. So 3:52 left, 44-35. So Will Lutz will kick the extra point to put the Saints up 10. Michael Thomas, 12 catches, career high 211 yards, and now 1 touchdown. Lutz to kick the extra point and put the Saints up by 10. Kick is good, and it's 45-35 New Orleans. 3:52 left. Yeah, I'm glad I started. Do I wish I had been able to live stream in the first half? Yes, but I'm having fun doing the second half. Yeah, the Panthers dominated. I'm still surprised Falcons dominated Washington. Vikings destroyed the Lions. Yeah. So it's 45-35 Saints. 3:52 to go. Just so you know, I will not be live streaming during Sunday Night Football, Packers, Patriots. So, just wanted to say that. But that's okay. So 3:52 left. Rams are about to get the ball. 45-35 New Orleans. I'm still surprised the Saints traded Brandon Cooks originally. And here's the kickoff. And it is returnable. And the Rams returner will take it, and he gets some pretty good yards. I think that's. Oh no, that's not. I don't know what he was thinking. That's why Sean Payne's like, dude, you can't do that. Yeah, the Rams, because of that dumb penalty that was enforced on the kickoff, you've given the Rams an excellent field position. A little past the 40-yard line at about 43, I would say. Goff to pass. Gets it out to Todd Gurley, and he gets to about the 50-yard line. Forced out by Marshawn Lattimore, the defending Rookie of the Year. The Saints actually swept Rookie of the Year last year. Alvin Kamara won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and the Saints and Marshawn Lattimore had won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sorry about that. Saints have 478 yards total. Goff on 2nd and 2 gets it. Oh, I thought he was going to go to Gurley, which is what he should have done. But instead, he tried going to Robert Woods, and the pass was incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 2. And I believe the Rams have I think the Rams have 470 yards passing now. 470 total yards, I should say. Thomas that was a 72-yard completion. 3rd down and 2 for the Rams. Goff looks to pass. No! And that pass was incomplete, but the reason I said no was because the screen temporarily pixelated. Wow, that was good coverage by P.J. Williams. So it's 4th down for the Rams. So if you're the Rams, do you punt it here or do you go for it? And as of right now, the Rams have their offense out on the field, so they are going to punt or go for it. Wait, now they're calling timeout? Yeah, they're calling a timeout. So the Rams only have 1 timeout remaining for the entire game, which is very important. Let's see. Stats. Let's take a look at stats. Teams. Yeah, Saints have total yards 483, and the Rams have 483 total yards, and the Saints have 478. Rams have 391 passing yards. Saints have 346. But the Saints have more rushing yards, 132, 92 for the Rams. 4th down. 4th and 2. Goff takes the snap, looks to pass. Goff with the throw. Incomplete. Pass was dropped by Brandon Cooks. That could have been called for pass interference. It looked like the Saints defender was all over him, but it was not. The penalty was not called, and so the Saints get it back on turnover on downs. That's close. That was close. I don't know. Brandon Cooks is like, what the fuck? How do you not call that for pass interference? And Sean McVay's like, come on, ref. Come on, ref. How do you not call pass interference? But the ref did not. So the Saints get it on turnover on downs. And if I had to guess, they're just going to try and run the ball and force the Rams to call their last timeout and then just run the ball constantly. Ingram takes the handoff and runs it. And are the Rams calling their last timeout? Yes. That's their third and final timeout for the Rams. So the Saints have 2 timeouts remaining. Rams have none. The Rams came into this game as the only undefeated team in the NFL left. NFC West standings, Rams lead at 8-0. Saints, Seahawks are at 4-4 after losing to the Chargers today. Arizona is at 2-6, and San Francisco is at 2-7. By the way, the Cardinals released Sam Bradford. So 2nd and 8 for New Orleans. If New Orleans does win this game, it would be huge if they can somehow upend the Rams, who, and I don't mean in terms of this game, I mean in the standings, because right now the Rams are winning the NFC right now at 8-0. But they're going to, if this score holds, the Saints are going to improve to 7-1, and the Rams will fall to 8-1. Rams have 483 total yards, Saints 484. But think about this. If the Saints go on to get home field advantage and the Rams have to come back to New Orleans, that could be tough for them. They just get the playoff before the clock expires and they run the ball. And we are coming up on the 2-minute warning. 4th and 1 for New Orleans. Are they going to punt it or are they going to... What are they going to do? Yeah, the Saints aren't going to run and play before the 2-minute warning. They're going to let the clock wind all the way down. So 2 minutes to go. Saints 45, Rams 35. What a game. What a second half, really. 45-35, the Saints are leading this game. This game has definitely lived up to the hype. The Alabama LSU game last night did not. People were saying, "Oh, it's the number 1 against number 3." It didn't seem like those two teams belonged on the same field last night. Alabama was pretty much toying with LSU. Like I said, the final score 29-0. The Alabama won that game. 29-0. Yeah. So the Saints are definitely a legitimate team for sure. Hang on. All right. There we go. Yeah. Iverson vlogs, it's 45-35 Saints. Ugh. 45-35 New Orleans. And we're back after the commercial break. 2-minute warning. And it's 4th and 1, and the Saints offense is still out there. They want to burn clock. If I had to guess, they're just going to run the ball with Ingram or Kamara. They're not going to do anything silly and try and throw a deep pass and risk having the Rams intercept it. I don't see that happening. Yeah, they got Kamara. I'm surprised they don't have Ingram in the backfield. No, they have Kamara. And it's a swing toss out to the right, and he's got the first down, and that should just about seal it. First down for New Orleans, and the clock is ticking. Yeah, the Saints, other than giving up a lot of points to the Rams, the Saints have pretty much controlled this game, and they're about to hand the Rams their first loss, and they're going into victory formation, and the Los Angeles Rams are no longer undefeated. Then they go into Mercedes-Benz Superdome and feel the same fate as that many teams have felt going and leave with the same result that many teams have gotten when they've gone into the Superdome, a loss. And because the Rams are about to lose, that means the only team to ever go fully all the way undefeated are the Miami Dolphins of 1972. The Patriots went undefeated for the regular season, but they were not able to finish the job in Super Bowl 42 as the New Orleans Saints knock off the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams are no longer undefeated. Saints beat the Rams 45-35. Rams no longer undefeated. And I think they will lose at least one more time when they play the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football in Mexico City. As the Saints knock off the Rams 45-35. A combined 80 points in this game. And that's the ball game. Saints win 45-35. And the Saints New Orleans improves to 7-1 on the season. Rams dropped to 8-1. So that's going to do it for this live stream. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, punch that like button like a UFC fighter and punch that subscribe button. I'll be seeing you next time. This is Unger to the Max, signing off.